Yeah.
What are we doing about Merriam Street?
Merriam Street, I think, well, first of all, I'm gonna open the hearing. And we can either continue it and bring him in, or specify the tree and let it go.
Specify the tree and let it go.
Yeah.
Agreed.
All right, so a 20-foot high sugar maple sound all right to you?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so he's gonna replace that existing dead, dying oak tree with a
Mhm.
20-foot high sugar maple.
That's the one to the left of the
To
house,
the left of
right?
the house.
Yeah.
It wants to be a substantial tree because it's
Mhm.
anchoring
Yeah.
that whole part of the site.
Now, so I have two other things. The two other things that he originally filed to resolve were the utilities. Now, my understanding from the sidewalk is that he's decided to come in underground. He was able to convince N-Star, so that utility
That went
issue is
away.
taken care of. The other issue is the width of the driveway, which he wanted to expand to 12 feet. My understanding is that the fire chief has basically said it's okay for 11 feet, but I did notice when we were out there, he has moved some of the rock wall to widen the driveway.
Well, he needs to move it back.
So can we clarify,
Right.
can we include in any type of motion that the driveway needs to go back to the way it was?
And by the way, never mind, I'll bring it up in a minute, about the driveway.
Oh,
So,
about the 9-foot thing, yeah. I know.
well, did you see the site plan we were just looking at?
How big is it?
That looked like it was no more than 10.
Yeah, really, yeah, and that's
Yeah.
okay. Okay, let's not go down that rabbit hole right yet.
So maybe we should say the driveway should be 10 feet.
But 11's not bad. 9 certainly is 10.
So a motion that we continue 88 Merriam Street. No,
We're not
not
doing
doing
No.
that.
Excuse me.
So you
Boy,
want
you can
a
tell it's 5 minutes
motion
more.
to-
Getting
for the-
too late.
For the tree and the, moving the stone walls back to the way they
Mhm.
were.
And that the driveway will be
I'm gonna get out there with a tape measure.
11 feet.
I'll let you do the motion.
So moved.
Well, but just.
So moved.
Wait, before we take a vote on it, though, just to be clear, the original proposal from him was for what with driveway?
Was for 12 feet.
No, that
The
was the original.
original.
Oh, I wasn't around for the original.
I think it was 11.
It was 11, it's
Think
always
so.
been 11?
I think so.
And then he wanted it 12.
No, I just want the original proposal, because if it was 10, I would push to pull it back to 10 feet. Just because the application of this rule is so arbitrary that sometimes people are getting hit over the head with it and other people aren't, it doesn't come up at all.
Do we need to get confirmation from the fire department, or does Betsy have to have discussion with the chief just to confirm that 11
Well, see, what's gonna
is-
happen there is we're gonna get runways on every house, so
Oh, I know.
I'd just as soon keep it
I have
as
nothing
narrow
in
as
writing from
possible.
the
I
fire
know.
chief.
What?
I have nothing in writing
you
from the
ask for
fire
it, you
chief
will get
saying
it.
he opposes. I will sit down with him at one point and we'll figure out some form of protocol that is reasonable.
Like, there's no earthly way, at least not in this lifetime, that I would stipulate that the road, for example, to 845 Boston Post Road has to get expanded to 12 feet. I wouldn't, that would just be, so that's what we're
Well,
talking
that would need a
about.
conservation commission approval.
But, you know,
But did the fire department
I know,
actually
we're-
come to the builder
Any
and
kind of
say you had
red
to
maple?
increase it
Yeah.
12 feet?
Sure.
No, I think
Sugar
the
maple,
developer
we already
might
said.
Yeah, sugar maple.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I know, David, you want to
I wanna
finish the
move along.
motion?
Yes.
I know you want to move along.
Well,
So,
wait,
did you
Steve
finish
made
your
a motion. Didn't Steve make a motion?
He did.
Oh, Steve, go
I
ahead.
think I just said so moved.
Okay, so,
Say,
Because
everybody
you
second
had-
it. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Now, let's finish the driveway conversation. It seems to me that, you know, either we bring it up or we just accept narrower driveways and just keep stipulating them. That's what I would prefer to do. I'm not gonna bring
I'm
it
with you
up.
on that.
I wasn't gonna bring it up for Cherrybrook, for example. I wasn't gonna say, oh, holy cow, you know, it's much too narrow, because it would have wiped out most of the trees on the property.
How
to do
wide is
that.
it? Do we
It
know?
looks like 10 feet to
I
me.
think it is.
Um,
Hasn't Jay had this conversation before with? 'cause-
It,
From 1 to 5.
sometimes it pumps up and sometimes it doesn't pump up, and,
Not to change the subject, but